Hello world, it's me, Tracy, the author of The Unstoppable Kitty Madison, and this is Chapter 2. Enjoy! I am way excited. Next week is my birthday, 12 years old. You know what that means. I am only 1 year away from being a teenager, which to my mom is the age I can get my ears pierced. Something special happens at every age. It is some sort of rite of passage for her. Sometimes she goes on and on about me remaining a child for as long as possible. Sometimes I think she is losing it, but I really love my parents. Parents can't help it that they are slightly dorky. I mean, doesn't it just happen automatically when you hit a certain age? Well, my mom is going to take Nina and I to the mall this weekend for my rite of passage to get my ears pierced and to go shopping. This is what I was preoccupied with when I walked into the Braille room Monday morning. We call the resource room, for all the visually impaired kids, the Braille room. Most of us who use the room either are or will be Braille readers, and the nickname just kind of stuck. The Braille room is where I have all my lessons with my VI teachers. Teachers of the visually impaired or blind, like me. There's a couple of work tables and lots of bookshelves. There are enough bookshelves to cover almost every bit of wall space. I know, I've checked. Most of the shelves contain mine and a younger Braille reader's textbooks. One 5th grade math book can fill between 30 and 60 volumes when translated into Braille, and can take up several shelves of space. I can't wait until I'm in high school. I'll have to have a whole classroom designated just for my Braille textbooks. There are also loads of tactile, stuff you can touch, materials, manipulatives, every possible toy you can imagine that helps me to learn hands-on, and 2 computers. Miss Dawn was on the teacher computer, translating a worksheet into Braille when I walked into the room. She didn't notice me right away because the Braille embosser was shooting Braille out with its usual annoyance. The Braille embosser is basically like a printer for making Braille documents. It has to punch raised dots into paper at top speed, so it pretty much sounds like a snare drum when running. Our new embosser prints double-sided, which means it's faster, but it also doubles the annoyance factor. It has been known to cause a migraine for someone who isn't used to it. I heard Miss Dawn turn around in her swivel chair and face me. "What's with the big smile today, Kitty?" she asked with her usual optimism. "Oh, I was just thinking about my birthday," I replied, slightly embarrassed. "Yes, Sunday, you will be 12 years old. Time flies by so quickly. I remember when you were in pre-kindergarten. You were the cutest little 4-year-old with your bouncing blonde pigtails and, oh, dear me, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to ramble on. What are you doing here, Kitty? It isn't time for your lesson," she finally finished, sounding out of breath. I tried really hard not to laugh. Miss Dawn has known me the entire time I have been in school, and she loves to remind me of embarrassing stories from those pre-kindergarten days. I told her, "Oh, we are just having free time in class. I finished the book I was reading and wanted to come in to download another." "Do you need any help?" she asked. "Just when transferring it to my note-taker," I said. I went to sit down at the student computer. I have an electronic Braille note-taker that is very much like a computer for me. It is a small portable device that has a Braille keypad. I couldn't live without it. It is a word processor, calculator, radio, calendar, address book, book reader, and MP3 player. It even has Wi-Fi and a global positioning system, even though I don't know how to use them yet. It has what is called a refreshable Braille display at the bottom that I use to read with. Refreshable Braille is a long strip of holes that are in the size of Braille cells, about 32 cells in all. Little plastic cylinders push up through the holes to form Braille characters. Once I am at the end of a line of Braille, I hit a key and the next line in the book appears. Have I said how much I love my Braille note-taker? I turned on the computer and listened to the familiar electronic voice as it guided me through the steps to get to the website for downloading free books. I use a screen reading software to get around on the computer. It reads everything to me. I just have to know the keystroke shortcuts to get everywhere. I was perusing the possible choices on the website when Miss Dawn spoke. Don't forget your lesson this afternoon with Miss Lynette. You're going off campus today, so you need to meet her in the front lobby of the school at 1 o'clock, she reminded me. I won't forget, I assured her. I have way more adults in my life than the normal kid. I'm not just talking about my parents, grandparents, and Sunday school teachers either. I have the 3 Ds. Yeah, the 3 Ds. Miss Dawn, Miss Daisy, and Miss Deborah. That is what everyone calls them because all of their names begin with the letter D. Miss Dawn is the teaching assistant. Miss Daisy is the VI teacher that works with me regularly. And Miss Deborah works with other kids in the school and fills in for Miss Daisy every once in a while. Apparently, they can appear quite intimidating when they're all walking down the hall together. The 3 musketeers on a mission to save the world, one blind kid at a time. Miss Lynette is my orientation and mobility instructor. She teaches me how to be independent when traveling using my cane inside the school and around town. My lessons with Miss Lynette are extremely important, which I am reminded of almost every day. Once, when I was in the 1st grade, I made a wrong turn and ended up in the school's parking lot. Luckily, Miss Dawn was close by that time. I am really excited about learning how to get around in the city. I am also scared about crosswalks and public transportation, but I know I will be glad to know how to do those things when I am 16 and all my friends are getting their driver's licenses. I don't get it yet, but apparently one of the most difficult times of life for a student who is blind is the age of 15 or 16 when all of their sighted friends are getting to drive. At least so I have been told, which is why I am preparing myself now. If I can get to places on my own mostly by that age, it might not be quite as distressing. And hey, as long as Nina and Leo are willing to drive me around, I'll try not to complain. I got finished downloading my book and headed back to class, still preoccupied with the coming weekend. And that is the end of Chapter 2. If you liked what you've heard so far, please like, subscribe, and share. If you want to learn more about Kitty, myself, or where to buy the book, please check out my website at tracyleefitch.com. If you'd like to hear more of Kitty Madison, all the links to additional chapters, as they are recorded, will be provided in the description below. Thanks for listening.